Howdy, this is Unit 3, and in Unit 3 we're going to talk about careers in the poultry industry. The key points that we're going to talk about in this unit are the different poultry companies that you could work for, the different positions within those companies, internships that are available, and college opportunities. Poultry companies. There's Tyson Foods, which also owns Cobb Van Trest, and Cobb is a primary breeder, and they're breeding the birds that are producing their offspring, are what Tyson uses to produce those birds for the meat production. Pilgrim's Pride, who also owns JBS, which is another poultry meat producing company. Sanderson Farms, Feathercrest Farms, which Feathercrest Farms is an egg producer, as well as Maxim Egg Farms. And Lando Lakes. Lando Lakes does not just produce butter, it also does produce some poultry products. And also allied poultry companies such as Purina, Elanco, Novus, and Novus International. Allied poultry companies are the companies that are selling additives and producing additives to put into feed. They also make medications, antibiotics, vitamins, minerals, just anything that is added on to what would naturally be put into the food. And also water and bedding and different structural materials. The different positions that you could have within all of these companies, there are internships available, which we will talk about a little bit earlier. There's different positions within meat production. This would be farm managers, broiler technicians. This is messing with the live birds, whether it is in the primary breeder or the actual meat production birds that are going to be processed. There's a lot of different positions within meat production. And then there's meat processing. This is going to be in the processing plant. You could be a plant supervisor, a plant manager. Within these plants, there's also accountants, HR, secretaries. There's all different positions within meat processing. There's supervisors for each step in the processing, as we talked about earlier, as well as workers for all of those. There's also positions within the egg production. This could be farm managers on the live production side of egg production, taking care of the hens. Also, before the hens get there, you have to have the breeders that are producing those hens, so there's jobs within that aspect of it. And also inside the plant that washes the eggs and puts the eggs into the proper cartons. All of those supervisors, plant managers, complex managers, all of those positions. Then you have the hatchery. The hatchery can consist for hen production. Those eggs can be coming through there for meat production, broiler production, anything like that. The eggs are coming through the hatchery, and there's many hatcheries for each company. So there's also those which also would do plant managers. You do have to have sexers that can sex birds right when they come out of the egg, if they are male or female. And this is important if you are raising for egg production, you're just wanting the females. And then also the breeder farms, which would be Cobb, when we talked about this earlier. Within the breeder farms, there's all of the other positions that we talked about too. In the allied companies, there's sales and marketing. They are going to these different farms and selling their products. They're marketing their products. You also need to deliver the products, scientists to make the products and execute the products. So as you can see, there's endless amount of opportunities and positions within the poultry company. You can kind of find whatever your niche is and go in there. You can change around within company or within different companies. There's just a lot of options, and it can leave you open-minded. Moving on to internships, the different companies that I know of that have internship programs would be Tyson Foods, Sanderson Farms, Maxim Egg Farms, and also Cobb. These are 10 to 12 week summer internships. You can go on the production side as well as the processing side, and they're going to take you through everything. They're going to take you through working on the processing line, through each step of the processing, whether it be egg production, meat production or even meat processing. They're going to take you through every step up until the office and the paperwork that is being done. So you learn a lot within the 10 to 12 weeks, and you get a broad view of what goes on within the poultry industry for whatever you choose, whether it be processing, production, or egg production. Whatever you do choose, you're going to get a wide variety of what different jobs are out there and what is going on. And if you choose to do one of these internships, it can really help you decide what you do want to do and what job and what career field you do want to go into within the poultry industry. There are different college opportunities, and once you get into one of these college programs, then you would want to go into the internship program your junior or senior year and try to see what you do like. The Texas A&M University does have a poultry science department. The poultry science department does say that they have 100% job placement after graduation if you are willing to take the job. The department also takes their juniors and seniors to the IPE, which is the International Poultry Expo in Atlanta, Georgia, in the month of January. This is where students can get job interviews, and a lot of people do get jobs right on the spot there, as well as they get invited to tour companies' plants and to have more in-depth interviews later on. They also have internship interviews so that you can get those internships and you can get experience. And also it's good networking. You can go out on the floor, and this is where shown the newest technology of poultry. The allied industries are there, the big production companies are there, and it's just a lot of networking, and you can talk and get to know people within the poultry industry. Other colleges, universities that do have a poultry science department would be Louisiana State University as well as Arkansas State University. Penn State also has a poultry science department. So poultry science isn't very popular, but there are a lot of opportunities out there, and it is very important. So if you are looking into this, if you raise your broilers and you see that this is something you really like and you're really interested in, and you would like to pursue a career in poultry science, you can definitely look on to some of their websites and see what the requirements are. This wraps up our Unit 3 and the final unit to our online course on raising market broilers. I do hope that you enjoyed all of our units, and after this, I'm going to ask that you prepare, if you were to raise market broilers, your plan, a very detailed plan of how you would raise market broilers. I need to know what show you are wanting to exhibit your broilers at. Your shelter, what is it going to be built with? Can varmints get in? Is it going to be climate controlled? Are you going to have air conditioner? Are you going to have a heater? What different types of things are you going to have? Where are you going to get your waters? Where are you going to place your waters and your feeders? What kind of bedding are you going to use? How often are you going to change your bedding? How many birds for your show are you going to order? When are you going to cull? How many weeks? How many birds approximately do you think you're going to cull each time? How many birds are you going to take to the show? This is a very detailed. It can be in a Word document. It does need at least be 2 pages, no more than 3 pages. It can be written as well as a diagram of your setup in your shelter, and I also need to know the dimensions and for how many birds you're going to have. So make sure this is 2 to 3 pages, and after you are done with this, please email it to joniehoward@tamu.edu. The email is also on the introduction page of this website. So thank you, and I hope you enjoy, and I look forward to seeing your project.